Are you okay sponsoring a video that ridicules the Trump shooter? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's great to be here as always. Thank you for tuning in. Yesterday, I was cordial. I was on a fact presentation mission. Today's video, by contrast, will be unbecoming, so to speak. So if you are sensitive about such things, then I suggest you find another video to watch because today we are going to be reporting on the ineptitude. I definitely can't repeat that on YouTube. In my video yesterday, and if you haven't seen that one, I will have it linked in all the appropriate places for you guys to run down. I said that we as Americans are all exceptionally lucky that the individual that decided to perpetrate this kind of heinous act that is absolutely antithetical to everything that we stand for here in the United States was of the ilk of general incompetency in all things life. I mean, not just his physical capabilities, but obviously his ability with, or capabilities with a firearm are all of the lower tier, shall we say. Well, today I've got a couple pieces of video that I want to show you that support that conclusion. YouTube reviewer. This video is being recorded less than 48 hours after a major historical event, the attempted assassination of a president of the United States. I'm recording this video for the purposes of logging the general sentiment of someone who works in the firearms industry around the time of this major historical event. When people consume this kind of content that resonates with something that they feel, it acts as a pressure release valve, and I'm doing my part to hopefully lower the overall temperature in the room so that people can vent a little bit. Today's video is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. They are my go-to stop for anything medical related. It doesn't matter whether you need bumps and bruises kit or whether you need real equipment like chest seals or a cat tourniquet or something like that. They have got a bunch of medical kits over there. Again, they are my go-to shop and they are great people. I've known Dietrich and the crew over there for going on like 10 years now. So they are definitely a place that you should check out if you're looking to augment your medical equipment needs. And they have a discount code for all of you who are VSO subscribers. You can find that information over on the affiliates page, and special thanks to Medical Gear Outfitters for making today's video possible. No more delay, we're gonna hop right into the first video. This one was originally aired on CNN, and it looks to me like they probably ripped it off of somebody's TikTok account, and there looks like there was some text in the middle of it that they obscured. Might have said something bad, I have no idea. But what I wanna draw your attention to is how this feckless weenie low crawls up this sloped roof. Now, for context, this is an industrial building with a metal roof. And if you've ever been on a metal roof, they're pretty slippery. For context, here's an aerial shot, although I have edited out the grease spot that the Secret Service left. I can smell the soy. We're talking about somebody who doesn't have the physical strength to push themselves and a 7-pound rifle up of a minor slope, such to the point that they have to get up and reposition themselves each time. Hey, parents out there, make your kids go outside and touch grass right now. Even if you ain't got grass, the sand or the snow or something, I don't know. Make them go outside for like an hour. Bring you back a pine cone or something like that, even though the nearest pine tree is like 3 miles away. That ought to cover it. Low effort. Now this next piece that I have for you is actually an image, and I apologize for the graininess of this photo. I thought I saw a higher resolution photo somewhere of this, but I just can't find it anywhere. I had to rip this off of the video, and that video was definitely filmed using a potato, so there's nothing I can do about it. But there is a dark space right here at the back of the Picatinny rail, and that very well may be a fixed rear sight tower. They make them without the carry handle. It could be that, but it is also, in my opinion, a little bit tall to be that, and I think that it might be an unmagnified optic. You simply don't mount unmagnified optics that far back. It's an ineffective way to do it. The only people that do that are the fuddies. As someone who interfaces with the public on a semi-regular basis, you know, fixing guns and stuff like that, I see this And I have not seen a single competent person show up with an optic mounted back that far. If we go back to the boot smear video, there's also something that appears to be mounted a little bit farther forward on the rail. It could also just be a shadow. This dark blob at the back might be a magnifier that's been rolled to the side. All it does is magnify everything, including the reticle. It's a dumb thing to do. It was a stopgap, you know, in the early 2000s. Nobody competent uses that stuff anymore. So this was probably some cool guy gamer type crap that they put together. And I do hear reports that this weapon was actually stolen from his father. So it very well could be that Fuddy Dad put this thing together, didn't know what he was doing, and this communist cocksucker stole his rifle. Call of Duty Tarkov. Woo, 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 woo. I've got 2 more pieces to share with you guys today. This next one, though, fair warning. We've been making fun of this piece of human trash up to this point, and you know that might be cool for some people, but the next piece that I'm going to show you has some disturbing content in it. Now, I'm not actually going to show you the visuals. They're very chaotic. There's really no reason to show them whatsoever. What we're really after here is the audio. And again, I'm going to pause here for a full couple seconds before I show it so that if anybody needs to click away, they can. But here's the audio.
Stay under here. He's on top of the roof. Don't go over there. He's on the roof, buddy.
Now, this is actually a subordinate piece that's going to lead into the last piece that I'm going to show you guys here today. But what you hear is a group of 3 shots that are outgoing, an additional 5 shots that are outgoing, and then you can hear the change in the signature. You hear the supersonic crack before you hear the report of the rifle. That's an incoming round, and that is the first impact on the assailant. There is then a long pause, and then there is a follow-up shot coming from the sniper. And at the end, I cut it off. You know, there's some pretty bad language in there, justifiably so in my opinion, basically to describe the homogeneous nature. What I'm about to say, I need to properly preface because I don't think that I properly did it in my last video, and I got away with it, so thank you guys. But no one should ever wish harm on anybody through violence. The fact that Donald Trump survived this is a miracle. And if you look at the turn of the head thing and the diagrams of what could have happened, it really, really bad. He's exceptionally lucky. He's also exceptionally lucky that this person probably didn't even know what end the bullets came out of, because what I said in my previous video, if you look at an analysis of the ranges involved and the capabilities of the weapon system and all that sort of stuff, there's already been some people who have said some really nasty stuff along the lines of, wow, it's too bad he missed and stuff like that. It is their First Amendment right to say that sort of thing. But we, the people of the United States, should publicly decry that kind of behavior. They should be admonished and they should be forced out of public spaces by critical public outcry. They should fade into obscurity and never be heard from again. That kind of rhetoric is absolutely unacceptable. That said, this was not a hard shot to make. Again, for those of you who missed yesterday's video, let me put it in perspective for you. We're talking about an engagement that occurred at 1/4 of the effective range of the weapon system against a target. Donald Trump is 6'3", which puts him at the 97th percentile, which means there's only 3% of the human beings on the planet that are bigger than he is. And this waste of sperm missed him 8 times. Well, it just so happens that we have a report from the BBC here. Jameson Myers. Hey, I like your name. My favorite whiskey, as well as it's my nephew's name, and bonus, my favorite place to shop. A former member of the Bethel Park High School varsity rifle team who graduated alongside Shitbag told CBS that he being the Calderized crook, did not make the team. He did not even make the junior varsity team after trying out, Myers said. He never returned to tryouts for the remainder of high school. Someone else Loser went to high school with told ABC News he shot terrible and wasn't really fit for the rifle team. The school district said there was no record of Pivot Man trying to make the team, and he never appeared on the roster. So what I see here is like an incompetent villain. Think like Despicable Me or like Captain Hook, or Gaston's too attractive to be this, but you get what I'm saying. An incompetent villain is like, I'm just sure those guys, I can shoot, misses. This does not diminish the fact that there was loss of life in this instant. And we have to remember that while we are venting and while we are moving on from this, that there were people that were seriously injured, and there were people that lost their lives in this incident. This kind of political violence is absolutely unacceptable. While we must be reverent that people were killed and that people were injured, and we must be reverent that this situation could have been much, much worse, we must absolutely send a message that the history books will no longer remember pieces of human refuse like this as evil masterminds that people want to emulate. No, we will put a microscope on all your iniquities, every place that you fell short, everything that you hated about yourself, and we will mock you. You will be remembered as a failure, a piece of trash that is unfit for American sewers, the butt of jokes for perpetuity. That's all I got for you guys today. Boo this man. May his name forever disappear into obscurity.